Today we will talk about the war in Palestine and Israel and try to find out what is the reason of this war, why this war is getting so intense. To know it, we have to understand from beginning how the enmity between these two countries finally arose. Thousands of years ago, Jews were persecuted. Their religion was considered very bad. Jewish was the first religion in the world that suffered so much hatred. Jewish people now begin to feel that there should be a separate country in which they can live freely. In 1896, an Austro-Hungarian journalist started a political movement called Zionism. He said that Jews should have their own country. Since the 1870s, there were many organizations that called themselves lovers of Zion. A large number of Jews went to Palestine. They went there and built their residence and started living there. Now the thing to understand is that why these people came to Palestine. The reason for this is that Jerusalem was a very holy place for those who were in Palestine. Until that time, Israel was not on the map of world. At that time, Palestine was ruled by the Ottoman Empire. During this period, Muslims, Jews, and Christians lived in harmony with each other. Then the First World War started in 1915. The French, British, and Arabs joined forces and started fighting against the Ottoman Empire. The British worked very cleverly. The Turks said to Arab revolutionaries, "If you support us in this war, we will give you Palestine as a gift for winning this war." At the same time, they also told Jewish that if you help us in this war, we will help you to create a separate country next to Palestine. After that, the British made another deal with the French in which it was decided that they would divide the Middle East between them if they won the war. They won the war and British occupied all of Palestine. From 1918 to 1948, the British occupied this country. Meanwhile, Hitler began to kill Jewish. They fled Europe to save their lives. Some Jews take refuge in America, and a large number of them come to Palestine. At first, British allow them to come there, but later they refuse. Meanwhile, the Israel national movement begins. Before 1940, Palestine national movement also begins, who start demanding their homeland. Meanwhile, the British leave that area by handing it over to the United Nations. In 1947, the United Nations makes a decision according to which Palestine's 50% of land is given to Jews and the remaining 45% to Palestinians. Jerusalem was a very important place for all of them. Therefore, the United Nations decided that this place should be under their control. The Jewish people agreed with this decision and made their own separate country, which was named Israel. This country came into existence in 1948, but the Arab countries were not happy with this. They started a war against this country. The five countries gathered on one side and Israel alone on the one side. But surprisingly, Israel wins this war. In 1949, when Israel wins this war, it also takes over many areas of Palestine and it also occupies a large part of Egypt. The area of Gaza Strip goes to Egypt and the area of West Bank to Jordan. Now the Palestinian people want their country back, so they start an organization in 1964 that aims to destroy Israel. This organization is designated a terrorist organization by many countries. In 1979, Egypt recognized Israel, which led to Israel returning to Egypt a part of it that was occupied by Israel. 2 years later, Egyptian Prime Minister was assassinated by the people there for compromising with Israel. Many Israelis start to build their own colonies in the West Bank, which the international community declares illegal. In 1992, the Prime Minister of Israel becomes who said that we will live in unity with the people of Palestine and let them live. In 1993, for the first time, the people of Israel and Palestine talked to each other about how to return a part of this country to the Palestinian people so that they can live in peace. As a result, in 1994, the government of Palestine is established. But on the other hand, many Israelis built their own colonies in West Bank and were not ready to leave. That's why the West Bank is divided into three parts. One of these areas is controlled by Palestine. There will be the second area, which Palestine and Israel will control together, and the third area, which will be under control of Israel. Now, Palestine gets a few places to live in Gaza Strip and the West Bank. These two countries start living very peacefully, but the people of Israel still wanted to occupy the whole Palestine. In 1995, they assassinated their own prime minister because they didn't want the Palestinian people remain together with them. In 1987, a group called Hamas was formed in Gaza Strip with the aim of erasing Israel from world's map. Nowadays, the conflict between the people of Palestine and Israel began to increase, in which both hundreds of people have lost their lives. In 2002, Israel built a wall around its territory in West Bank. Two political parties are formed in Palestine. One is Fatah and the other is Hamas. In 2006, there were elections in Palestine in which Hamas wins. People of both parties start a civil war and a lot of people were killed. After that, Palestine is divided into two parts. Now the people of Hamas rule the Gaza and the West Bank is under control of Fatah. I hope you people have come to know about the enmity between these two countries. Now let's talk about the current situation. On 10 May 2021, Israeli police entered Al-Aqsa Mosque and fired rubber bullets on people. On this, the people of Gaza threatened Israel that if they didn't pull out the police out of Al-Aqsa Mosque, they would attack Israel. After that, Hamas fired thousands of rockets at Israel. While doing so, Israel also carried out 130 airstrikes on Gaza, as a result of which more than 20 Palestinians were murdered. According to the international observers, this activity of Israel was declared illegal. After that, another attack was made by Hamas on Israel in the last days. 7 October 2023. It was a special day in Israel. On this day, the Torah is read in Israel, which is most holy text for them. On the same day, Hamas fired more than 5,000 rockets at Israel, to which Israel responded. It was time to declare a state of war. Israel also has the latest Iron Dome that destroys any rocket in air. But Hamas fired so many rockets in a short time that Israel's Iron Dome system also failed. Many Israelis were killed in this attack. Hamas people entered Israel by motorized parachutes. A large number of people also broke the border wall and entered Israel. All of them were armed with weapons. They also imprisoned many Israelis. This war is intensifying day by day, due to which hundreds of people are killed every day. 3 days ago, Israel fired rockets at hospital in Gaza, as a result of which thousands of people were murdered, and most of them were small innocent children. These small innocent children were killed mercilessly without any fault. Now, from my point of view, the people of Palestine are right because they have to live like a prisoner in their own country. If a person enters in your house and asks to stay there, you allow him to stay there, And if we evict you from your house as soon as you get permission, then you must speak in your favor. Same thing is happening with people of Palestine. And many countries of the world are calling Palestinians terrorists for fighting for their rights. May Allah help the people of Palestine. Well, what's your opinion between the war of these two countries? You must tell in the comment section. See you in another new video. Until then, take care of yourself.